Off to a great start.
Hello, there we go. Hello, you can hear my voice now because I actually set it to the right proper thingamajigs. This is fine. This is great. Welcome to Dungeon Mechanics, where we are putting it together as we go. This is episode 1 of our 8-part series or mini-series for Return to the Feywilds. Before we get into some brief announcements, let's do some quick intros of the people here. So we're going to go over there to Sarah first.
No. 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 Way to put me on the spot.
It's fine.
Let me know when you're good. Let me know when you're good.
You're ready.
Okay. So, hi. I'm Sarah, also known as Queen Corby on Twitch. I don't stream, but you'll find me here at Dungeon Mechanics. And today, for now, I'm gonna be Mieliki, the goddess of forest creatures, rangers, dryads, and autumn.
Nice. I feel like y'all picked the aesthetic and then you looked at your names and you're like,
Yes. Yes, that is 1,000% how that works.
Moving on to Paul.
Hi, I am your friendly neighborhood Paul. Find me over on twitch.tv/FNHPaul, where, right now I'm playing Skyrim because, I don't want to Elden Ring. Pretty much where we're at. As of right now, I'll be playing Ilmater, as I believe how it is pronounced, or at least that's how I will say it until somebody tells me I'm wrong, and then I will continue to say it even after they tell me I'm wrong. But they are the god of endurance, suffering, martyrdom, and perseverance. So just glutton for punishment. It's almost like all my characters.
I'm seeing a trend.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're not a masochist.
I mean, his icon is kind of like bound hands that are like sort of anyways. We're not gonna go.
Oh my gosh,
There are
so
so many
cute.
amendments in the Constitution. If I only had to choose
Y'all.
one, I'd choose the fifth.
Y'all, can we just discuss my symbol?
It's a unicorn.
I love it.
I was like,
Max, do you love it?
Oh, yeah. I definitely love it.
So I'm your favorite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, I won't kill you out of all the people present, so you're safe.
Yay.
I feel attacked.
I'm in danger. And back by popular demand, you saw him last time on. He's like, who's popularly demanding me? You saw him last time on Spirits of Olan. We have the one and only Reaper's Past.
Howdy. I'm Reaper's Past. I stream on Twitch like every week. It changes every week because, work. And I'm playing Mask, God of Thieves, Thievery, Shadows. Yeah. So, bit of a bad boy.
I feel we're not gonna get along.
Oh, no.
Probably not.
Is that the mask? So we have a couple announcements. One of our sponsors today is Plus One Crafting. They make awesome terrain built items for your miniatures and other D&D shenaniganry. We also have the lovely Barclay Garage. I wish I could show you pictures, but it's in work. Anyways, there are lovely dice towers being made as we speak for upcoming things, and it was made by the lovely folks over at the Barclay Garage. And last but not least, Epidemic Sound, the music you heard on the starting screen, as well as any music that you hear at all, is probably from Epidemic Sound. It's a subscription-based series that you just apply to monthly, and you can get that awesome music. They have different types of music, different types of sound effects, different types of like bit sounds. It's all there. Just go to it. It's great. Tell them we sent you. Um,
Or
other
I will
than
come and
that-
find you
Oh gosh.
and break your kneecaps.
I
Bat
thought I was the evil
included.
one.
I don't think you want broken kneecaps, so
Nobody-
definitely
I was
tell
the
them that
evil
dungeon
one.
mechanics.
What?
Anyway.
They're like, I'm here because I want my kneecaps, please. So without further ado, we are going to get started in the story. Paul's not here, so he's gonna miss the first part. It's almost like Sleeping Beauty when Maleficent shows up late. Anyways, we are pulling back the veil. Oh gosh, the timing. We are
Sorry, my
pulling
dog.
back the veil where only the gods and goddesses of the worlds can see. Behind this cacophony of different, almost like celestial type buildings, there is a rummage or like a panic sort of, as people are going to and fro, and in the main courtyard area, three deities gather. Sarah, would you like to describe how Maliki looks? Or perhaps
Damn.
you play music. She's like, I never thought about it before now. It's great. I'm only putting people on the spot, left and right.
Like this is bad.
This
All
is
right.
great.
So the way I envision her, she's probably got very like long, flowy, like maybe like brownish gold hair that kind of like goes all the way down her back. She probably wears like a crown of like, you know, wildflowers and different like floras of like the forest. And she probably wears like these like elegant earth tone robes. And I envision her to have maybe like some like freckles on her face with like these like grayish blue eyes.
Nice. And you are standing with two other, I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, like intermediate level gods, deities. Y'all aren't like the tops. You're like right underneath, right? Or
Yeah,
somewhere.
intermediate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Paul, would you like to describe Ilmater or Ilmater? I don't know how you want to pronounce it, but
According to the thing, it says Ilmater, right? IHL, like ill.
like the tow truck. Get it, mater, from Cars. I
I
made a funny. I haven't seen Cars, by the way. Just putting that out.
leaving the campaign. Like not even 20 minutes into. So, Ilmater would be standing, bald head, wearing very simple clothing, like like not even, I guess would be like a kilt, like, you know, just loincloth, if you will, you know, nothing on the top, covered in scars and such, hands wrapped in cloth that is bloodied. Same thing with his feet, wrapped in cloth that is a bit bloody. His whole body is kind of covered in different scars, scratches, cuts, you know, all of that. Just like a very beaten body of a person, and has carries a soft look, someone who shows sympathy, but is also perseveres, to say.
Nice. And finally, with all of you, Reaper, do you want to describe Mask?
Yeah, sure. So, Mask is a very tall, slender. He has like a humanoid build, tall, slender, and he wears a black mask tinged with red. Flames billowing at the top, like a purple blackish color. He wears kind of grayish armor and a black cloak. And you see like a bunch of like knives and like little tools just throughout his body.
Nice. So as you all are standing there, you see people, well, other deities and lessers, walking around, as I said before, in somewhat of a panic, but a higher up goddess kind of walks up to the three of you and looks at you all directly. Come with me, she says, and you would all recognize her as Saloon. And she kind of like turns on heel and proceeds to go up the stairs into one of these large kind of like cathedral type buildings.
Okay.
I will follow.
Yep, all in behind, arms crossed behind my back, walking.
I follow with caution.
Okay. She leads you into this large area, marbled floors, really clean, elegant areas. But you pass, as you're following her cadence, this area that you would all know to be the council room, where gods like Rama and others kind of gather, and the whole area is kind of lit in shambles. Pieces of marble are like cleaved in half. Tables are turned over. The whole room seems to be decimated in different degrees, but her attention kind of beelines past that area and down a series of stairs. And the way this area kind of like opens up, it would be kind of normal for all of you. You've been here before. As she comes down the stairs, the path kind of like splits and goes around what seems to be kind of like an abyss, except if you look down into it, it's filled with clouds and almost like a waterfall effect. You would know the area that you are at is kind of like suspended in its own animation, sort of like high off the ground. Not even sure if there is a ground in this particular realm, but she leads you down one of the paths and into a long series corridor, and as she gets to the end, there's this large golden door that is closed, and she stops right before it and waits for you three to catch up.
No, like I'm not even gonna engage with these two. I'm just like, yeah.
What exactly happened here?
I'm not sure if we're allowed to talk about it yet, but there's something the three of you will be able to accomplish here today that will set the grounds for the future of an entire existence, an entire new awakening of a planet recreated in your image. You'd all know that when it comes to worlds and realms that are created, this is something that's usually given to high up gods in the totem pole. Like intermediate gods, things of that nature don't really get asked to partake in the creation of an entire place, let alone being the sole ones kind of involved in it. However, there's no record that you can think of where anything like this has ever been offered or suggested before.
isn't this usually reserved for higher beings, not us? Why us?
Typically, yes. However, there has been a lot of interference as of late. But perhaps we can talk inside, where it's safe from prying ears.
Fair enough.
As you wish.
And she opens these large doors, and they string open with a loud, kind of like thrumming hum, like boom. And as the doors fully oscillate open, she leads the three of you in, and the doors kind of like recede, close behind each of you. In this space, pretty much you would know it to be safe as far as outside interference and prying. Typically, when gods are creating a new space, they come in here for X amount of days, and they go through all the things. They start from top to finish, and they just create an entire world and its planets and civilizations, everything, without having to worry about being disturbed or outside interference of anything like that. So you're all here, and it's quiet, not really anything currently. It is a very large circular room. There seems to be a space set in the middle that's just open, which you imagine would be where that creation kind of happens. But is there anything that you all want to do presently?
I would like to walk kind of just like around the room, kind of just like see all of it, I guess, like just kind of going around the side, like trying to notice anything like blood or god blood or whatever. Like
not just regular blood, god blood. There's
look,
not any
like
blood.
they're asking three like middle managers to like do some shit, do some CEO shit. So like
there's no blood, but there is kind of like cascaded around the wall, like etchings of all the different gods and goddesses, like Helm and Saloon, and obviously a bunch of others. Just their symbol and their kind of likeness. But other than that, the room's kind of like empty and bare.
Okay. So there's nothing in front of us, no table, no nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, what happened to all of the other gods and goddesses?
A schism in a way.
Schism.
It would appear that due to lack of better judgment on some of the gods' behalves, they have interfered with an entire series of events for a singularity world, which you might not be aware of, but that is not what we are here for. Meddling in the lives of mortals is not really our place.
Just a little chuckle.
you mean it's not your place, or do you mean it's not our place?
Our.
Then what do you do when they pray to you?
So, in a world, when it's created, typically a series of gods and other deities will get together, and they will create their likeness in the world. So when mortals pray to them, it's because we were always there in a way. However, the interference I was speaking of is direct involvement, going to these worlds and creating chaos and disarray.
Right. Okay.
So what you're saying is that you want us to What do you want us to do, considering they've all
You wish
meddled
for us to build a world in our likenesses?
in our image?
You'll be given help, of course. But, for lack of better terms, the gods and goddesses that created this world will not have direct involvement in its recreation.
So what? So we're going over their head. We're essentially just is. Are we committing a coup?
No, this is all approved.
Hmm.
Well,
It's time you all learned why it's important that we don't meddle with mortals. Are you familiar with the goddess Shah?
I know of the name, but not spoken with her personally.
No.
Well, she is a bit difficult to be around. However, she had her own objectives when it came to what she felt the world of Diademia had in store. She created very powerful objects from mortal souls, played games in a way that kind of wasn't fair.
Okay.
So just rigging everything for her benefit.
Yes, and when that
Okay.
caught on, there was others that took heed, and it all became quite a mess.
Just our the greater beings meddling, just kind of essentially making everything coalesce together and not letting it run as it should be.
Exactly. Well, in light of, yes. However, there's another thing. When the higher authorities, the gods and goddesses, meddle with the world, it kind of opens it up to everyone else also performing similar practices. Diademia was riddled with time warps, realm breaches, and other interferences from outside influence that ultimately broke the fabric of creation and ripped it apart.
So no meddling. Got it.
Now, you all will be able to put your likeness into this world. Don't get that wrong, that's still part of it. The mortals need something that they can look towards. If they're just in the world by themselves, they could typically go into madness. So having your likeness out there, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, it gives them purpose in a way, whether they want to admit it or not.
I don't wish to speak out of turn or to cause offense, but have we tried not inserting ourselves or our likeness into a world?
Yes, we tried that millennia ago, actually. Let's just say it didn't work out.
Well, I mean,
Noted.
a bit of compassion in the world wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
Compassion, yes. Also dangers.
What do you mean, dangers?
There has to be a balance. Light and dark, good and evil.
Oh, there's you, the middle ground. You have her, and then you have me.
What do you mean by that?
The typical, the good, the bad, and typically straight down the middle.
That's not what you were going to say, was it?
If only y'all could insight check. But I feel like gods have legendary actions and they just choose to succeed.
So what you're saying is I'm good?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
You don't know me. You don't know if I'm good or not. As a flower sprouts in her.
You can't see my eyes or anything, but I'm rolling my fucking eyes.
Sorry, allow me to audibly roll my eyes.
Little squirrel just pops up on her shoulder.
Right, so then how do we begin?
Well, gather around in the middle and we'll get started.
I walk forward. I stand in the middle, arms still behind my back, waiting.
He kind of just skips over, looking. Okay, all right, where do we start?
I'll just walk up and just cross my arms and just wait.
Mask is already done with her shit.
As you all gather in that central space, you all watch as a world starts to appear in front of you, and the globe shape of it is rather large, but you can see so much detail. You didn't think your eyes could zoom in to the smallest insects, but from where you are you get complete reign over this entire world, essentially.
Can I run my hand over the globe, essentially, just not touching it, but
yeah, as you do that, it
way.
kind of moves around in a orbitable.
No, move it back, I want to see something. She's spinning it back.
You can already tell he's just
I'm just essentially taking a landmass and just moving it and placing it up against another one. It's okay. Well, that's over here. We can put that up here.
I have an idea. Hold on. And she's making little islands, and she's making one that looks like a flower.
Not too bad.
Isn't it pretty? Mask, it's pretty, right?
stays quiet.
You said there has to be a balance, right? We can't just all be pretty and safe.
Correct.
And he takes his hand, and where the landmass that he had just connected, that was lush and green, it just drags all of the lush greenness, and essentially just tosses it, and so now it's just this desert.
No! The forest could have stayed. You could have kept it there.
You
Did
will
really have to do that?
all have your turn, but you should know.
He takes a little patch and sets it on the coast, on the other end, What looks like a little pinch is actually a 50 miles worth of forest, but it's just bink, but it just looks like a speck compared to the vast desert that is there now. Yeah, you have your forest still.
Oh, thank you, but that's still a lot of not forest.
True, but you made an island look like a flower, and I don't want to know what happens if we had the scales tip further one way than the other.
You gotta admit, it's a pretty flower.
I mean,
It's gonna be so pretty. There's gonna be so much flora and fauna. Oh, I can't wait. All
will
the
it be
squirrels.
habitable?
All the squirrels. What?
Will people be able to eat it?
Yeah, of course. Sure.
I look at Mask. Did you believe what you just said?
No.
Well, what do you want to do? I've carved out a piece already, and she's sculpted an island.
It's just like sprouting forests all over it.
I'm gonna create a decently sized landmass, right?
Okay.
So it's like I grab, like I start expanding and expanding, like zooming in, essentially.
Yep. You're playing Civ.
Yeah, I'm playing Civ. It's called. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a lot of forest, just a lot. Like, you know, she wants a forest, but I'm creating it, and as it's sprouting trees and everything, I'm gonna start putting in a few creatures.
You're adding creatures to the forest? Oh my gosh!
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a thing called, what was it called again? What should I call this? They're big. A thing called Camazots. They're big bats that will go throughout the forest. There's caves, there's caverns, everything in there.
A big bat?
Multiple.
Did you say a big bat?
Yeah.
You know, I was kind of thinking more like, you know, stags, raccoons, maybe,
I mean, they could be there as well, but
possums.
everything could be in there. That's fine, but
Oh, great, great.
yeah, nothing
Makes
bad
me so
will ever
happy.
come to them.
Why don't I believe you?
You don't have to believe me. That's fine.
Guess we're not tied down to only using what the previous gods had built, correct?
No, you can create new things as well. But perhaps I should give you all a bit of direction. Otherwise,
It'd be a mess.
He's already making something that is essentially it's this very sand colored huge beast, 4 legs, clawed, with the head, torso, and tail of a shark. It is it's like a land shark that can swim through the ground in the seas of sand. And then he takes it and he's holding it kind of like just like the AR or like the artificial
mini.
reality thing. And it's just like this, and then just kind of breaks it, and then like each one, like more and more and more of them, and then just in the desert. And then like they just kind of plop around in the desert. Something to keep things in check.
So, about direction.
right. And Saloon kind of like waves her hand, and you see a bunch of different races start to appear in pockets in front of all three of you, which I sent you a list of what those are in front of you, respectively. But also, if you don't have humans, add humans to it just for the sake of, as well as elves for the sake of. Everyone has humans, everyone has elves. However, if you have humans or elves in your list, you essentially get to put them down twice. And I sent in the Discord a map of like the rough draft, but I also sent the color map of like which one is each like dragon essentially. So all you have to tell me when you're placing stuff so I can keep track is essentially which color dragon island you want to put these races on, so I know what's populated the most with those types. But to figure out who goes first, we will go in a rotational thing. You place one per turn, and you can overpopulate, less populate, it doesn't matter. You just can't take away other people's like stuff.
So we can't take away, but could we add one of our things on top of what they put?
Yeah. So like if somebody puts like Loxodons here, you can also put like elves. So it's like a world where Loxodons and elves kind of hang out. Just as an example.
Okay.
So can I have you all roll a d20?
Sure.
It's 12.
14.
Oh no!
Got a 1.
Okay.
First nat 1, baby!
First nat 1 of the world.
Man,
well,
you're gonna.
This is
Man,
gonna go
what
so
cute
far.
thing? What cute thing were you about to make? Because it's about to get scary.
So, for
it's like,
those,
you know, those little baby green dinosaurs in Jurassic Park 2, where it's like 2 or 3 of them. It's like, oh, that's cute, and then like 70 of them show up. And it's like, oh, I need danger.
They're compies.
oh my goodness. Let me. So, for those that are listening or watching, there is a series of blue dragon islands, a series of topaz dragon islands, a series of red dragon islands, white dragon islands, amethyst. Oh, that's a long word. Green dragon islands, black, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think
Blue,
that's it.
red, topaz, emeralds.
White?
Yeah,
green,
white is
black, white.
oh, yeah, I got that one.
Okay.
So white, as the land and stuff like formed and you all are manipulating it as you would, you see that the white dragon kind of forms like the tundra area of the planet. So like there's a lot of snow in that region. The green dragon is normally populated with a lot of grass and forest and swamp-like areas. Blue dragon has kind of like a thunderous sort of desolate sort of wasteland. However, speaking through all of these, regardless, even if they're like that innately, there's still grass, there's still oceans, there's still lakes, there's still all those things in all of these regions. Just a certain aesthetic is more prominent there. Red dragon is more like volcano regions. Topaz is a little bit more seaside. Black dragons is a mixture of like deserts and wastelands. And amethyst is kind of everything's sort of like floaty there, but also has all the normal terrains as well. But taking it from the top, we have Ilmater, and you can choose to either put down one of your races or create like a new creature thingy, which I didn't get the name of that one. If you don't have a name for it, we can just go over it later. Like
I don't
the
have.
shark thing.
I don't have a. Yeah, it's right now. I just made a land shark, but it's their size is going to be huge.
Okay.
So they are huge land sharks.
I
So
will
those
write
are
that
those are
down.
now spread across black
Okay.
in the deserty wastelands.
Okie dokie. And the bats, are those in like the green dragon area or?
Yes.
Okay. And you could tell me like no. They're at the beach. No. What did you call them?
Kamazots.
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 Okay. Sweet. But yeah, starting at the top, Ilmater. You know which races you have. You
I
also
thought
know-
my turn was the land shark. I apologize.
Oh no, I was just letting those freebies go.
Oh well, then what does our very happy, friendly person get to put down as their freebie?
Oh yeah.
Or was that?
For like what? Like a race?
Or a creature.
Well, we made
Oh.
creatures, so I guess you would put down a creature.
So I'm going to pick. Let me see. Let me take a look at this map here. I'm probably going to choose.
We can't come up with our own race, right?
Yeah, we'll get
right.
to that.
Okay.
I don't know
We'll
if
get to
we'll
that
get
off
to
stream.
this episode, but we'll get to
So-
that eventually. Just
Okay.
so I want to just give you all an idea of how these parts of it go.
So I'm going to pick one of the smaller green dragon
Okay.
parts. And I'm going to add a creature. It is a cockatrice looking creature whose feathers kind of like glow this beautiful, like almost like rainbow-esque like gleam to them.
Okay. And does it fly? I'm taking it. Okay.
It flies.
And what size is it? I should probably write that down.
What's like the size of like a hawk?
Small.
Yeah, so we'll do small.
And what was the size of your Kamazots?
Large.
Large. Okay.
I was gonna say, is that large, huge, gargantuan? Like there are
I was
multiple
like,
things.
I don't.
Oh,
Huge.
What's the biggest what's the biggest thing I can make? I want Tyrannosaurus size.
the wingspan.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you all put your initial kind of like creatures out there just to get familiar with creating things, but there are those races that are floating next to you. Where would you like to put your next thing, Paul?
Let's go ahead and we will put. We're gonna put the Minotaurs in white.
Ooh. Kind of a snowy side.
And these guys, we're gonna put them. Now, do we dictate like kind of how they behave, or we
Yeah, you could
just-
do like kind of how they would establish a settlement in that area.
They travel in packs, very much like a tribe, and they are hunter gatherers. So they, because of the snow and the ice, they can't keep crops. Don't really grow, so they're constantly on the move, following the animals, and then they dig beneath the snow to grab whatever bits of foliage are there underneath the ice. And they are typically, because of my character, they are typically compassionate. They are not. They will greet you with open arms, not weapons, typically.
Okay.
Because the cold is harsh enough. They're not gonna, you know, they are kind
They're the
because
they're the contrast to the environment setting.
yeah,
Anything else?
and that is my turn.
Okay.
That is
That's my turn.
so yeah. I crafted up, and then I just kind of once again just like tossing seeds, just kind of sprinkle them around the white area a bit.
Okay. And are they carnivores, herbivores?
Omnivore, they eat.
Okay.
Yeah, they follow typically animals to eat meat because that's the easiest thing to get, but they also scavenge for berries, nuts, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Mask. You see him do this. He's just like la la la. And I place a Tarrasque.
Okay, so
Gargantuan ice golems.
I'm gonna grab the dump here
Ooh.
and place them on white
Mm.
because they're essentially vampires. They can't survive in the sun, so they will live on the furthest north, if possible.
Okay. And knowing that there are Minotaur there, is there like a conflict of territory? Do they just like keep separate from them? Or
Yeah, they would try to stay hidden.
okay.
Minotaurs would notice them, but I imagine a typical vampire person would not be able to bite through Minotaur hide.
You never know.
They do.
I mean,
do
if they were trying hard enough, maybe.
Oh, I don't doubt that there have been like, oh look, there's a straggling Minotaur. Ooh, 4 of us, boom.
Yeah. They live underground. They try to hide away.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
No, that should be it.
Okay. Maliki?
So I'm just gonna take the elves, right? I'm just gonna take some like nice like wood elves and maybe like a sprinkle of sea elves, and I'm just gonna dump them
Like all
on that
over?
island. Just all over like the green island.
Bruh.
Okay. Roll me a percentile dice for each one. So we'll start with wood elves.
78.
Okay. Sea elves.
99.
Okay. What was the other one? Or was there another one?
No, I think that was it. I think I just picked up some wood elves and some sea elves. I was like, bleep.
Okay. So, sea elves, I'm guessing you're dropping around the coastal region of, and then the wood elves. Okay. So it's on this green mass, there's a high population of wood elves, and obviously if you're in the sea, a lot of sea elves live there. Anything else for your current?
Because they're elves, I can add another, correct?
Yeah, I mean,
You said humans and elves.
you can add an extra
He-
assortment of humans and an extra assortment of elves.
He meant like everybody gets them on their list if they're not already there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then if you have
Um,
them, you can place them when it's your turn again. You can place them somewhere else as well.
Right.
Oh
Just
wait.
kinda like-
Also, because I think you have multiple elves, probably, right?
Yeah.
So you can also choose where you want to put those other ones, and they don't have to be like necessarily in that space. but it's like your whole, like elves is like one option for all the options that it has. So if you have a race that has different forms, essentially, you can choose to place all those forms wherever you want on your turn, and it counts as like one.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. What?
Because I just counted them out by like 10 per
I have like
race cluster.
3 different types of wood elves. So what's Arini wood?
Yep, you got
Valynair
Arini
wood.
wood, Valynair wood, regular wood, dark elves,
Saloon,
and
tell me
Eladrin.
what these are, please.
So let's see.
There's different assortments.
I'll pull it.
You
up
told
real
me to
quick
grab
make-
onions, but there's like 3 different types of
There's
onions.
20 onions. I don't know which onion to pick. So the Arini High Elves are let's see if I could do a quick let's split into 2 districts. So the Arenal is ruled by Undying Court, a council of undead elves sustained by positive energy. The Undying Court wields godlike power and has protected your island home for thousands of years. So essentially, those elves kind of like are part of that cult and kind of worship it, I would say, over deities and things of that nature. So they're more of an isolationist group. Kind of think Dan Pierce, except elves version.
Just gonna sprinkle some of those over on the Black Island.
I feel like that's just biased.
You look evil. Hey, where did we put those land sharks?
Oh, God. Okay. And then the other one that is weird was the what did we call them? The
Vaelnar
Vaelnar High Elves. Oh, so these people are dedicated to the arts of war. Millennia ago, your ancestors fought for an epic war against mighty giants. When they come to whatever the area is, they battled the champions of the Goblin Empire.
Just gonna sprinkle those on red a bit. Maybe a
feel like
little bit on
These
white.
aesthetics are just... seems like it'll match.
Just some like red, maybe
This
a
is-
little bit
This
on
is
like
definitely
blue.
not stereotyped. And then obviously you know what dark elves are. As far as an underdark, think of most of these dragon islands having a under crescent core where underdarks would dwell if that's the island that you want to put them on. So they would just build downward into the ground and have a civilization there.
I think I'm just gonna put the drow. I'm debating on whether I should put it in white.
Conflict
Or-
with the Dampier.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Oh gosh, I didn't mean to sway. I am Saloon. I am a neutral party in all of this.
Thank you, my lady, for giving me inspiration. There's my bad. Now I can
love
make all
this.
the
I
good.
love this so much and hate it with all my life. So you put down your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just have the Eladrin, which are kind of like a seasonal type elf, or
Right.
a more Shadowfell elf. There's 2 different types.
No, that was me just being like, I don't. There's like 75 different types of elves. I'm like, good lord. Back in my day, we had
Ele-
3. We were happy.
Yeah, high wood.
We had high, wood, and evil. That's what we had.
That's all. Nothing in between.
I think I will put the Eldrin Elves on Amethyst.
Okay. Oh, that's where
And then
Lindy
we'll-
lives.
Oh no! You know what? I take it back. I take that back.
Nope.
I'm not.
Once you put it down, you can't pick it back up.
Hand out the beast.
Look! I dropped. Oh, I picked
It's stuck.
It up.
It's stuck there. They're stuck.
Don't
So.
set anything down. It's just
If you pick them up, they die forever.
Oh
So
my gosh. So
do you
any,
want to eliminate a race?
anything else for your turn?
I can also create a beast, right?
You could choose either race or beast for your turn.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. Back to Ilmata.
all right. So where'd
Ilmater.
you say? Where did you say the like the volcanoes and stuff were at?
The Red Dragon Islands.
Okay. So for the Red Dragon, I'm gonna put a beast.
Okay.
For the Red Dragon Island, it is going to be a debate on the size. I'm trying to remember how big is Gargantuan.
Big. So
Like, is that like the Tarrasque big, or is that like a little smaller than
I think it's
Tarrasque?
Tarrasque big.
Okay.
Look that
I'm
up.
pretty
I'll-
sure. Yeah.
Then we'll go with huge, another huge creature. This one is essentially going to be a condor. So
yeah,
it is
a Tarrasque is gargantuan. Sorry.
Yeah, so this will be a huge beast. It's essentially going to be a condor. It has with its wings fully extended and locked in and gliding, it has a wingspan of about 100 feet.
Okay.
And then when they're tucked, it's still a formidable thing. It is scavenger. It does not kill. It typically will eat anything dead. It will eat the bone marrow. It will eat the bones.
Like a vulture.
Yeah, kind of like a bearded vulture will, in a way. Like, it'll just eat bones and bone marrow. Like, it don't give a shit. But it also can have the ability to, like, it can glide for days without flapping its wings. Like, it can glide for a very long time because it locks it in, and then with the volcano and the hot air, it can catch those the hot air rising to stay afloat and stay aloft. And so they are typically seen kind of going with the seasons as far as like northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, as the seasons change. And where they go, there's not very many of them because they've been hunted, because big fucking bird, who wouldn't want to have that as a trophy. But the ones that are still around are very much seen as signs of ill omen, because obviously where they go, there is death, or could soon be death. And they have been known to, when attacked, snatch things with their talons, fly them in the air, and then drop them. That's how they fight.
Are they related to Smithy by chance?
Yes.
Okay.
They're actually called the Great Smithies.
The Great Smithies. In presence of time, obviously I'll get with all of you when you're creating these monsters so that we can actually like create them. But we'll go over like resistances if they have them, any immunities, things like that. We'll flesh all that stuff out.
The
So,
nitty gritty. Yeah.
Anything else?
They are very their feathers are used for have healing properties. Or not healing properties, sorry. Like stamina, essentially. Like they're good at keeping you energized because of the endurance, and it's something to do with the volcanic stuff mixing with their own oils from the bird, that the feathers are used for stuff to like keep you awake, used for drinks, food, to kind of give you a bolster, also to give you a little bit of a high to numb your body. So it's used recreationally as well as warfare wise.
Okay. Nice. I like it.
That was all off the top of the head. I don't know whether to be proud or terrified of myself.
I mean, I'm terrified this whole run through because I'm just like, Create my world for me.
You're just like, yes. What was the name of that
I'm
monster?
just waiting
Yes.
for the behind the scenes where I'm like, you can't fucking do that.
You
But
cannot make a giant cuddle monster.
no,
You said I can
Why?
make whatever. You can't make a cuddly Tarask.
Oh my god.
Watch. Bet.
Watch
Sorry.
me.
So yeah, I make these birds and then I just send them on the red and they're just. That's the
Okay.
sound they make.
Oh.
You gave me an idea,
Mask.
Paul. You gave me an idea.
Mask.
I'm going to grab the herringons, which are essentially rabbit folk,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna crush it, and then I'm not actually gonna crush it. Hold on, chill.
You don't exist. Well, look.
No
I said
herring
it- I
gods
said
in this
the-
world.
I said the same shit when I like broke apart the fucking
I was like,
the thing and spread it.
I crush it, and then like I put it in one hand and just like blow them throughout the entire island land, all of it.
so they're everywhere?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're rabbits.
Rabbit people? Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
Can you roll me a percentile dice?
82.
Okay.
82% fall in the water.
Hey, they're gonna be rabbit swimming folk.
So 82 of Diademia's population, world population, is herring.
Good fucking lord.
I'm joking. Like
I know, but like, god damn.
I mean, rabbits do
That's what I'm
Populate.
saying.
All right, I know how to counter it.
oh gosh.
That's fine.
It's like,
Maliki.
Super-
Okay, guys, hear me out, okay? Okay, so we're gonna take a Tarask, right? We're gonna take a Tarask, but it
I'm
lives
going
in the
to look-
ocean.
I'm gonna grab it from her and say no.
No.
I look
No.
I look over at oh god.
I crush it in front of her face.
Oh, come on! No, she's gonna remake
I look
one.
over,
All right,
I look over at Saloon like, can she do that? I thought the Tarask was like,
She can make a seafaring Tarask.
okay.
Okay, so this Tarask, okay, it lives in the water. It can turn invisible.
Oh my god! I choose
And it-
violence.
And it protects the seas, right? That's a good idea, right?
Those poor sea elves.
Where is it going to reside typically? Like, is it going to be around the center of the world? Is it going to be on the outskirts?
Oh no, it travels. It travels. It travels to each of the seas, right? To kind of like keep the balance almost, you
I'm
know,
gonna
because
whisper
it
to
has
Omega
the
here.
like,
It's like,
balance, right?
oh,
You
I
just
was the evil one. What?
An
So
invisible
you-
Tarask
I thought I was the evil
underwater.
one.
So it
What?
rides on the sea currents just around.
Mhm.
How much does it eat?
So, thankfully, it only eats fish and anything that may or may not make it angry.
What's its default emotional range?
I'll go with neutral.
Bro, what the fuck?
So for the most part, you could be under the water, and as long as you're not like actively poking the air, you're not gonna upset it. Unless you're a fish, then I'm
Unless
sorry.
you're a fish.
What
No.
if
Or
you're a seal?
something,
I
or
didn't-
something attacking it. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I have to ask. When you say invisible,
Mhm.
do we mean truly invisible or just can camouflage well in the water?
Oh no, it turns invisible.
Like all of it.
Yeah, all of it.
No way to really discern it from the water.
so think about it, right? It's got like these cells in its scales,
Okay.
and it kind of
okay.
it changes into
Are
the
we
hues
talking
of the background.
like a greater invisibility or just plain?
Can I make a
Can it
suggestion?
stay invisible as long as it keeps concentration? Oh god.
Does it
Okay,
have to?
do you know what a chameleon looks like?
What?
Oh my gosh, a chameleon! A chameleon!
Right.
They can like well, okay, maybe that's not like a good example. You know what? Yeah, it's kind of like a greater invisibility.
So is that all the time, or only when it's like sleeping, or only when it's awake?
It can do it for only a short period of time.
What is a short
So-
period of time in this instance?
Let's go an hour.
So it can go. So it's visible for most of the time. It activates the invisibility. Okay.
Mhm.
Why would it need to be invisible?
It's huge. How else is it gonna sneak up on its prey to eat?
Roll
look at
me
and ask-
a d4.
Sorry, did she say sneak? Isn't that your thing to like
4.
sneak?
Okay. Saloon looks at you. We don't roll percentile dice on Trask, so there's only 4 of them in creation at a time.
Ooh. Okay.
Can I interject?
For invisible fish.
I know that I'm supposed to be the darkness in this world, but this
What are you talking about? It's gonna be like the cutest creature ever.
I think we misunderstood the assignment here. I think it's you're lawful, I'm neutral, she's chaotic.
What? How?
just-
How? It's
You
a
made
creature. and-
4
it's like-
invisible gigantic monsters.
Okay, but they stay
okay.
in the
Ask you.
water. What's
Okay.
what's
Okay.
the
Okay. 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 Okay.
problem?
Imagine you didn't have any of your powers. Make yourself a sea elf, for example.
How can I do that? I'm not a sea elf.
Just imagine.
Right. You know what? She's allowed to do hers. We cannot interfere. Do you?
Thank you. See, it's not that bad, guys. I don't know what you're worried about.
Ilmater?
I would like to place Tritons.
Ah. These Tritons don't live in the sea because they fucking scared. Bruh.
Actually, they seek out the Tarask.
Oh.
Why?
Because they believe that through Tarask, they can find their salvation.
So they're gonna think of it like a god?
More of, if the Tarask live, they will destroy the world.
But they're not. They're just eating fish.
Oh, you mean they're eating the Triton's food supply? They will
Have you
not
seen how big this ocean is?
Have you seen how big your?
I'm going to. I'm going to piggyback off of that, and the lizard folk are going to be along the coasts. They're going to be a coastal race, and if they will also.
Wait. Where are the Tritons going predominantly?
They're gonna be so predominantly. I guess they would be more centered. That would be like where their Atlantis it would be essentially. if
So
you can put
like
it like
on
that.
the map, like literally in the center where there's not
Like-
any landmass, or
Yeah, like dead center of the map is kind of like where they are. They're in that they prefer a majority of them prefer warmer water, but there are crazy Tritons, just like there are crazy people who prefer the cold. So they will migrate to the colder waters to the north and to the south, where they will set up smaller cities, settlements, like still good sized cities, but they're all underwater. And the Tarask, when it comes by, they will do what they can to get it the hell out of there without eating their food supply, because they've had civilizations or cities starve because the Tarrasque comes through and eats all of the vegetation and fish in the area to where the city cannot sustain itself, which is why they have anti-Tarrasque things to like.
But my
push it away.
Tarrasques are actually carnivores. They don't eat the plants.
True, but the fish that would normally deal with the little things that eat all the foliage are now gone. So now all the little fish are eating all the foliage. What a word I said.
So
It's sort of-
okay.
yeah.
So you said that they're in the center on north.
North and south, they're a little more. They're kind of like spread to the full
Okay,
corner,
so
like
then
center and the full. Yeah, the full
Okay.
corners, if you will.
So I'm gonna grab the lizard folk and place it along the east and the western, along the coasts to stop the Tarrasque. Multiple.
Why are you
Multiple.
hurting? Why are you hurting my babies? They're not doing anything wrong. They're just living.
Can I have you both roll percentile dice? Ilmater and oh, you're
95.
doing it on the
37.
37%. And how many for mask?
95.
95. Okay. Okay. Back to Maliki.
Chaotic Maliki.
You see how well they have countered your animal insert.
Okay, so I made like a cute little creature. I made a neutral creature. Okay, hear me out now. All right. So I'm gonna make like an elephant, right? But like, it's like almost like made of stone, almost, and it's on fire. And
Right,
I'm
right.
going to place this huge creature in the red area and maybe sprinkle some in the black as well.
Now, do these change depending on their environment, or is it always just fire? Like, is it green fire, red fire, or...
Ooh, you know what? Yeah, they do change depending on what environment they're in.
Okay.
Oh, and they're meat eaters. They are highly aggressive.
I feel like everything you've made is highly aggressive.
Hey, look, the cockatrice is peaceful. It doesn't attack you, right? Unless maybe if you're messing with like its nest or something. But, okay, and then we had my neutral Tarrasque, who's just living its best life. So
Lives. Lives.
Tarrasques, not Tarrasque.
Lives. Plural.
So, Saloon, you said there has to be balance, so I'm bringing some balance to my creation. So I'm just making this adorable flaming elephant.
Okay.
So, elephant.
Ilmater, it's your turn.
I'm going to make a tiny creature. And he spins it up, and he, like, you see it's really small in the palm of his hand, but then he kind of like expands it out so everybody can see it. It has kind of like dragonfly wings, like that little double dragonfly wing thing. And the body is has like a little bit of fur on it. It's very soft. And it has the head, its head is almost kind of like anteater shape, like there's kind of got like a long snout, and then the tail end of it is that of like a wasp.
Miliki's gonna try to pet it.
And it's got four, and he just holds it out.
Oh my gosh, what is it?
I'm not sure what to call it yet. But, and he shrinks it back down to its normal size where it's literally like a dime in your hand. These I would like to put everywhere where she put her elephants. And they will be eating anything off of the elephants. So any moss, creatures, bugs, things, essentially cleaning the elephants as they go. Because that way things won't attack them because they're close to the elephant and the elephant gets to be clean. And he takes it and then he just does a big ball and just like dust just over right where kind of over where the elephants were.
Okay. Mask.
Are you gonna make a cute creature too?
In a way.
Why do
So-
I doubt that?
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just grab I'm gonna make this humanoid form. I'm gonna give it hind legs of a horse with a long flowing tail. It goes up and the fur gets what's another word for poofy, I guess.
Shaggy?
Not shaggy. Oh yeah.
Longer,
Fluffy?
It gets longer.
voluptuous.
And the hands are still they're human arms. But as it goes up, all that fur is met with an owl face, with an owl like just flapped.
Oh, that
And then
doesn't
you're
sound
gonna-
cute at all.
And then you're gonna give it horns
That doesn't sound cute at all,
and
actually.
get antlers.
Does the
I,
head
I'm trying to visualize that.
does
Is
the
this
head
what you're
move?
making?
It does move.
Does the head
Oh!
360? The head
Oh!
360s?
I can't wait to use this. Is it violent? Is it peaceful? Is it?
It's neutral, but if you intrude upon its territory,
Territorial. Okay.
you will certainly pay the price. I will put that in the smaller green forest or green dragon island. Like the head of it, you know, it'll be there.
Maliki.
You want,
Or
hold on, you're fine. You go. I'm gonna send Paul something.
You're conspiring against me.
Hey, I complimented your last one. Thank you very much.
oh my gosh.
Okay. So, you see as Miliki kind of picks up the centaur race. It's just like, okay, where am I going to place you?
And this is the actual centaur race, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wolf like it's a centaur, but it has a cow's face.
So she is just going to kind of flatten them out and then kind of like blow them everywhere except for white dragon. So they're going to be practically almost everywhere except for the snow regions.
No stacks.
yes.
Oh no. Oh no. No. What the fuck?
Oh yes. That's like Princess Mononoke energy right there.
No, that
Oh
is
my God.
nightmare fuel. That's what
I mean,
that
wait
is.
till y'all encounter one. Oh, what was the size of those? Normal humanoid, so medium? Or
Yeah, medium.
As you say, they're way scary if they're medium.
And are your centaurs race, are they medium or are they innately large?
They're about normal centaur size.
Okay.
And like depending where they are, their looks will kind of change. So like if they're like in the plains, I can see their hair being more like kind of like short and stout, kind of like a zebra's almost. And their patterning being a bit different to kind of camouflage within the grasslands, whereas like the forests, maybe they're more like an earth tone color with like longer hair to kind of blend in with their forest surroundings. So depending on like where they are, their aesthetics are going to be different.
Ilmater.
Oh, what to do? So
Today I woke up and I chose chaos.
Actually, I know what I'll do. I am going to take my 4 tiefling races.
Okay.
Wait, he got tiefling? What is this baloney?
I am going to erase them from the world.
Oh god!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just want to see Queen's reaction.
I would cry. I would genuinely cry.
It's like I make a humanoid that has demon horns and not tieflings. They're fieflings. But yeah, I'll take my 4 tiefling races, and I will take the original, and we will put them in the blue.
Okay.
We will take the feral, and we will put them in the black. The Mesophytoph, whatever that one is, we'll put that in the green. And then the variants, we will put them in the topaz.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
I would say the feral ones are going to be very much very hostile. Being out in the desert or in the like kind of desert or wasteland, they are a lot. They don't trust anything, so they are more likely to attack you on sight. And then the variants are they're essentially a society of monks. They do not consume meat. They do their best not to cause harm unless absolutely necessary. Tranquil, if you will. And then while the other two races are very industrial driven. So the Mephis stuff, whatever that one was, the M tieflings are going to be very big into utilizing the forest around them in the greens. So like tapping hitting the trees for sap, collecting berries, doing all that stuff, creating potions, and like being very alchemy-esque. And then the original ones will be very in the blue section will just be very I guess more city centric. So they're building more metal things versus the other ones. So they're more concerned with, I guess, gold and cities and such and such.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Mask.
I am going to, let's see. Where's the fire elephant?
Red
They
and black.
are in the red dragon area. There's another form in the black dragon, but I think that one's like a green elephant or a green fire elephant.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Leonin
Okay.
and put them around those areas. And they will follow the elephant because they're going to be nomadic. And they see these elephants as not a god, but they do worship it as an idol of sorts.
Okay. Um, is there any conflict between the two Leonin tribes as far as like their elephant's better than your elephant?
Yes.
Okay.
Goddamn Pokemon. Bullshit.
Anything else?
Oh. Can I do anything else with other races or no?
Not currently.
Okay. Then no. That should be fine.
Okay. Maliki.
So, Saloon, I'm looking at these dwarfs, and there's obviously the hill dwarfs, but what about this Mark of Warding dwarf?
Those are
Mask has gotten some type of snack, and you just see him like lift his mask a little bit. Just
I want some.
You have a face under that?
no.
What do you look like? She's like trying to like look under the mask as he's like trying to eat.
I kind of just assumed it was like energy or something.
You're
Like,
gonna see the flames like get a little bit like sporadic and agitated.
so,
Are you embarrassed? It's okay. We're not gonna judge you.
Let's not end this world before we even begin.
the Mark of Wardings typically helps its bearers protect things of value. Using the mark, a dwarf can weave wards with mystic force. It also provides its bearer with an intuitive understanding of locks used to protect and seal. They're a very protective dwarvish community.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna sprinkle some hill dwarfs in blue. We'll do green and you said black was desert, right?
Yes, desert and wastelands.
And what was topaz again?
That one's like seaside coastal.
We'll just got a little bit of topaz too.
And do these dwarves do anything in particular? Well, those are all the heal ones.
I feel they would try to fiddle with any resource they come across where they're at, depending on what region they're in. And I can see these different groups of these hill dwarves kind of specializing in with the materials that they're from, making these amazing like armors and weapons, magical items.
And the other dwarves?
I feel they're gonna probably, all the races in red are gonna need some protection. She just takes them and just dumps them in red.
So let's see. The Mark of Wardings are all in the red area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I tune them all to die.
Actually, no. You know what? I have a little bit left in the container. I'm gonna sprinkle some in white too.
Okay.
I just had to like scrape the corner of the container to get they got stuck a bit. There you go.
Anything else?
I nope, that's it.
Okay. Ilmater.
What did you say the blue was again?
Thunderous regions mostly.
Okay. And he kind of starts forming something in his hand, takes it and he elongates it quite a ways, and then kind of gives it like a little pull, a little compression, kind of turning it around a little bit. And you see what is a small creature. Its body is covered in fur. It's mammal. Its tail is very hard and rigid, so like it can almost, as it's moving, like snap itself into a line, like a hard straight line to like dive in between things or like kind of slip away. And also use the tail to kind of like keep balance, as tails are designed for. They have very small arms, and their legs are very quick. They're very fast. They are plant eaters, and they eat plants and bugs. And they are in the blue area, and they kind of bob and weave around. They are typically stay in more rocky regions, and they kind of like burrow underneath some rocks and make like a little den for themselves.
Okay.
And their faces look like a cat, like a little cat face with a long body, baby arms.
Miliki's just kind of just like.
He looks, and like as you try to reach, it's just like.
Sprints her with
and then he
So-
takes it and he just sprinkles it around.
While he's doing that, I'm over here, just in the corner, just like making something.
that's the thing. I just make this little thing. It's like, I don't know what you'll be called yet. But you will be very fast.
Mask, you
Help.
just feel a presence behind you as you're trying to build this whatever you're building.
And that's my turn.
I feel like Dawn and Diademia is just y'all collecting a bunch of Pokemon for the party. Like, we need all of these. Mask.
All the ones that you guys created. We have to get. That's how we defeat the big bad at the end. We have to collect all
the Tarrasques! We need to collect all of the Tarrasques!
So we have to kill all them. We need a tooth from each Tarrasque.
Hi ho,
because
Silver! Away!
We have to take the North Tarrasque, the South Tarrasque, East and West Tarrasque teeth. One big tooth from each. We put them all together into a javelin.
No,
Rodent big bad.
you put them all together and it makes a chakram and you just like throw it.
There you go. Big, yeah! Give it to the barbarian. Rage!
Okay. So, while he was doing that, I got a snake. Actually, how big is a gargantuan?
Like Tarrasque
like
size?
Tarrasque size. So like
Okay.
mini
okay.
island.
Yeah, think of like a small city, and then you're on top of it.
You know what the
Okay.
Power Rangers fight?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know
so
when they gotta
this
like
is-
transform into a Megazord? That's what
I'm going.
Megazord class.
I'm going to get a snake, right? And I'm going to use that as its base body.
Oh no.
And then I'm gonna get like the part of a lion that is the body, not the mane. I'm gonna put it together, right? And then I'm gonna give it wings.
Mask, what in the God's
kind of
names
wings?
are you making?
It's
What in
like
our names are you making? I swear to me, if you don't knock that off.
okay. The wing.
That's what I'm here for, folks.
I'm gonna give it just like eagle wings, like massive. And then I'm going to give it kind of like these 6 feathers around its head, like here specifically, and then it's gonna have like, you know how a phoenix would have
That
like the tuft up here?
Yeah.
So it's gonna have that 6 feathers here, and then I'm gonna put a gem right here on its forehead.
Are these magical creatures?
This one is no, not magical.
But the gem,
It just
is it a
looks
special
pretty.
type of gem? Is it like a
Um,
gemstone? Can it be
Yeah, it's a gemstone.
harvested? Harvested if you kill one. It's a gemstone.
Gemstone, yeah.
Okay.
And it's
Yeah, that-
gargantuan. It towers over people.
What does it eat?
What does it eat? Tarasques. No, I'm joking.
Does it primarily fly, or is it primarily on the
It'll
ground?
walk, and if it needs to fly, it will. What does it eat? What does it eat? That's a good question.
I think y'all are misunderstanding like the amount of food that something that size.
No,
would
I know.
eat. Like,
Like,
poor
it
Tarrasque is gonna empty that ocean very quickly.
like, here's the thing I'm gonna say. It does not. It will eat. It can eat stone. Can I say that?
Yeah.
It'll eat stone. So it's gonna be roaming mountains.
Doesn't sound very appetizing.
I mean, how would you know? We're gods. We don't eat.
I know, but it just sounds gross.
I know it has feathers around the face, but what type of face does it have?
Like a snake, but like more slanted forward. It's like, imagine a snake slanted forward, and then with like, teeth rather than like just like, what's it called, fangs.
Mhm.
If you can.
Okay.
And it'll just roam. What's the mountain area again? Not one.
So there's mountains. Well, there's mountains typically everywhere, but there's mountains in Amethyst. There's mountains in red,
Yeah, I'm
topaz, blue,
I'm getting this little
a
voice.
little bit in green,
This little voice.
some white.
Mask, you did have a snack earlier.
Yeah.
Not
I
a
know.
rock.
What did I miss?
Anyways,
So you're saying we don't eat, but you just had
I'm
a
gonna
snack.
put her on. I'm tuning her out. I'm just gonna place it right there.
Oh gosh.
And there's only one.
Wait, you're placing
Is
it where?
it like a
In the blue
phoenix
dragon.
to where
Yes,
reincarnates?
it'll. Yes.
Gotta get that gem quick.
Okay. Anything
Good
else?
luck with that. It will typically reside in a place where it can't be found. So in between mountains where there's no cities, no towns. Just out there. And it's not territorial. It doesn't attack. It just lives its life.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
This. It won't attack.
Maliki.
Not even to like defend itself? This poor creature. But okay. Let me see. Races. Okay. Ooh, these fairies look fun. These fairies look so fun. And we're gonna put them everywhere. Just throw them everywhere.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
19.
Okay. Fairies. Sweet. Anything special about the fairies? Do they just provide mischief, keep to themselves, do a bunch of crazy
Yeah, they're very much little pranksters, little tricksters, like to keep people on their toes.
And you watch as Saloon goes up and like pulls a bit of the world back, and like this new veil kind of sheens over the world. Do they reside in the material plane or mostly in a different plane, or does it not matter?
There's another plane?
There's multiple different layers, and she'll just like go through all of them.
I had no idea. Okay. You know what? I think they're gonna be mostly like in the Feywilds, but some of them do come into the material plane to, again, cause mischief, have some good fun. No ill intent, just harmless fun.
And on the last round, at least that we see, Ilmater.
Okay. He begins building this thing, this being, and he makes it larger, then huge, and then gargantuan. It is covered in stone all the way around. It has no emotions tied to it. It has... Ooh, how do I want to put this? If it were to stand, you wouldn't be able to see its eyes through the clouds. It has like a four legs that all kind of spread out from one torso, so it's not like, don't think like horse, but like straight up, and then like two legs to the front, two legs to the back. And then it has two very long arms that go almost like to like where the legs start. So very long arm there. And it predominantly will stay kind of curled up and resting. It does not eat. It does not sleep. It is essentially a living mountain. So it kind of just exists off of photosynthesis. So just from the sunlight. It is a passive being, which is believed to be a deity that can be called upon if you can convince it to move, which has only been done a few times that anyone could record, aside from when a certain group, which I will go and find out later, tried to destroy it because they deemed it too dangerous to live, and they were wiped from existence by this living mountain. And since then, most will go to see it, to marvel at its, like, holy crap, I can't believe it's real. But few dare to try to destroy it, since, stories of like, it'll ruin you. So, the living mountain. And that will be placed right on top of... No, I'm kidding. Right on top of the snake.
That's fine.
They,
You could go
they just hang.
exist.
They just hang out with each other. They
Yeah.
just- God no, because Stacks would use that in a fight in a heartbeat.
Oh god.
A fucking heart.
Let's roll some new characters.
It's like you see this living mountain and then a giant snake thing with wings. Like the fuck. So this is actually going to reside in the furthest north point on White. So it is at the top of the world. That is what people believe it to be, the last thing before you, like at the North Pole, essentially. So it's like when you can go no further north, that is where you will find it.
And the dump here are right near it.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't move much. It hasn't moved in the last, we'll say, 3 centuries. There are still people who go and they take care of it. There's a race of beings that take care of the living mountain. But as far as it actually getting up and doing things, like it has shifted slightly, but it has not rose to its feet in 3 centuries.
Okay.
Anything else?
That is my turn.
Mask.
Okay. I'm going to place half orcs near. Well, they're gonna be where the blue dragon are at.
Okay.
Just right where the snake is at as well. But they built a city around that area. Oh, how about this? Can I put the humans and orcs there? Or half
Yeah.
orcs?
I
I will put the orcs of Eberron, which I don't know what the difference between them and regular orcs are.
There's slightly, I think, bigger, maybe slightly.
All right, orcs of Eberron will be where you put the half orcs.
Okay. So
To explain how they got there.
yeah. So what I want to do with that is where the blue is. They built a city and where they worship that creature I created. I still haven't come up with a name for it, but
Dude, I gotta come up with names for all my shit. Don't feel bad.
and they see it as a lesser deity, but you don't, just like the rumors of the mountain that lives, you don't mess with it. You just see it. You could pray to it. You could hope that it does something for you, but that's where the humans, half orcs, and I suppose orcs now are, in the city around there,
Okay.
the temple.
Anything else?
No.
And if we didn't get to all of your races and stuff, when we transition, obviously the gods and goddesses will continue to populate the world. But I also want to show the next part before we.
We'll lightning round it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maliki.
So I'm going to I'm gonna take the Furbolg and I'm gonna place them in the white areas. They're gonna be a nomadic ball. They're still gonna try to like keep to themselves. But they're gonna have more of like a white color to them rather than that grayish look. And I can see them with more of like a shaggier kind of like look as
To
well.
combat the cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Minotaurs are dark by the way, so that way they can be seen in the snow so they don't lose their children.
Yeah, Furbolgs are the complete opposite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the Dampier just, they hide.
Minotaurs don't give a fuck.
They're I mean, they want to stay, but they're fairly a peaceful race. And they kind of just travel around the tundra, kind of gathering what they can plant-wise. But that's basically it for me.
Okay. And roughly how many races do you all have left? I know y'all create a lot of animals and creatures.
I got 5.
7.
Okay.
6. Well, if I count the halflings individually, I believe 8.
Okay.
Man, y'all are slacking.
So yeah, we'll do lightning round, but we'll give you a chance outside to like come up with the stories for each one of why they're there. But
Look, I had to come up with each and one of those animals on the fly. So like, I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
so from the top, just dish out where you want to put. What's the first one that you have, Ilmater? Mater?
Regular orcs,
Orcs, regular,
green.
green. Okay. What's next? On your
Oh, you want to go all the way down?
Yeah, just go through.
Okay. Owlin, we'll put those on blue. Satyrs, green. Tabaxi, black.
Wait, I can't write that fast.
You said
Oh my God.
you said fast. You said fast.
Yeah, but Tabaxi, black. Okay.
Turtles, we will put on topaz,
Tobias.
and then the Unti pureblood will be black as well.
Okay. Any like sub races or it's all
That's all. That's all the ones I got.
okay. Mask. Oh no, you muted.
All of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the halflings, I'm going to put them throughout all the mountains if I can. Do you want me to roll percentile dice or no?
Yes, please.
That is a 54.
Okay.
Okay, and then the Kenku, I will put in the green at the very bottom.
Okay.
Let's see, kobolds throughout the Underdark.
Okay.
Let's see.
Now, as a quick,
What's
quick
up?
question. This is just where they're primarily found, correct? Like,
Yeah, you still can be outside.
you
of
might
the-
still. Okay.
Okay. The
Just checking.
Loxodon, I will put them in the Amethyst Dragon.
Okay.
And I just have Reborn now. Can I just put those in Shadowfell?
Okay.
And I believe that should be it.
Okey-dokes. And Maliki?
So for Azamar, I have Fallen, which I'm just gonna scatter out everywhere. I also have the Scourge Azamar, which I'm gonna place in Amethyst.
Okay.
Bugbear, I'm going to just scatter everywhere. I have Dragonborn, which we have the original Dragonborn. I will probably place. When you mean original, do you mean like the chromatic?
Like the original colors, like the red, black, white ones.
Yeah, so white, blue, red, green, black.
They're
That's where they're
associated
gonna be.
areas
Yes.
They're what?
where their associated colors would be.
Okay.
And then the gem Dragonborn would be in their designated, areas. So amethyst and topaz. The Goliaths will go ahead and put in the blue areas. And then half elves, original half elves will be everywhere. Aquatic will be Topaz, Drow, Underdark, and Wood would be green. And that's it.
Sweet. So as the three are shaping the world of Diademia, from the first portion that Saloon has given them, we are going to take a 5-minute break and switch over to the past.
Okay.
But we will be back shortly.
I could imagine.
Us creating it and then just like, no, don't touch it.
Oh, but Maz, come on! I just want to sprinkle just a little bit here.
Stop it.
You've literally just been throwing them everywhere. You keep just grabbing races and throwing them everywhere. Like you're not giving them like an ancestral home or anything.
But, like, it's easy. And I'm stupid.
Oh no!
So you can't figure out where Bugbear should be located, but you can make 4 invisible Tarask.
Hey, the Tarasks are adorable, okay? And the cockatrices that I made along with my elephants as well. They're all cute.
At least
Okay,
when I make something dangerous, I at least admit it.
Oh my goodness. I like how easily y'all are accepting your godhoods.
It fits us well.
Yeah. God looks good on you. We'll be back.
Go on.
Welcome back. Hope you all enjoyed that little break. We are going to transition the story to the Feywilds for right now. Adalray, you got assistance from Baston. He found you in the alleyways of Vagrant City. You made it back to one of the local taverns, and he was able to assist you to create a warp in the world, the fabric of time, to make a beeline to the Feywilds, because you got a urgency after the clues that you've gathered to kind of make it back home once and for all, and put it into this disaster that's kind of running amok in the Feywilds, essentially. And as you close, the portal kind of like closes behind you, the space in the Feywild is much different than you last envisioned it, essentially. Last time you were here, it was covered in darkness. You couldn't see anything. But now you can see the Feywilds kind of as it was. But you do, with your attunement towards Arcana, sense this like dreadful presence all throughout the land. Is there anything you would like to do?
Is it like coming from a specific point, or is it just all around?
Feels like it's everywhere, like tugging, creeping, crawling at you, poking.
I will kind of observe my surroundings, see if I recognize where I am exactly in the Feywilds.
Okay, make a perception check. New character sheet, who dis?
14.
Okay. You hear kind of like a rustling in the foresty area. Note it, the forest here is much different. The trees are much more lavish, lots of different popping colors. But you do hear a sound that sounds much larger than a normal creature size, like a woodland squirrel or fey equivalent.
I'm going to calmly turn around and look in the direction of where the source is coming from.
Okay. Grass, you were traveling in the Feywilds. You have made it here. However, as you're kind of on your own journey, this portal opens up and out comes a maiden. She enters it and the portal closes behind her. And in that last ditch effort, you kind of try and hide, but you rustle a little bit too much. Perhaps it's your wings, perhaps it's something else. But she does seem to have a lock on your area direction.
Okay. I'm going to, since I tried hiding and it failed, I'm going to grab my bow from my quiver because it could hold it, and I'm immediately just gonna like come out with like strong already.
You see, would you like to describe how your character looks? Grass.
Yeah. So, you see a Aarakocra. His, from the bottom up, you see these green legs with pants, just trousers. And you see like this cloth belt around him. Just regular garb, nothing fancy. But what he's holding in his hand is a white bow with purple crystalline lining. And as you pan up to him, you see this gargantuan, like not gargantuan, I say that, but like big wings.
Just throw out that word like it's common.
And for real, like a bird face with a beak. But when you look at his eyes, they aren't a aviant eyes. They are dragon eyes. And you see these two crystalline horns coming out of his head, green, starting off at green and ending in black. And you see these horns along his head as well, going down his back. Who are you
Ah.
and where did you come from?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm kind of just doing my thing at the moment. So,
And what would that be?
you know, trying to figure out how to stop this, if you can't tell.
Stop this.
No, more along the lines of, look, lady, it's just, look at my face. Look at this. Does this seem like a normal thing to you?
We are in the Feywilds. Nothing is normal.
Well, is this normal? And then I say, Beaky, come here. And then you see like a little black dragon with green accents across it fly towards me.
Is that the dragon?
Yeah.
Were you turned to look like this?
Well, it's in a way, yeah. And I'm trying to stop this. The only thing preventing me from turning completely into a dragon is, well, this. And you see him pick up like this charm or necklace, and it's this blue crystal with some twine around it. This is what's preventing me from changing even further.
Judge, just from looking at it, can I decipher what exactly it is?
You can make a either Arcana or Investigation. Well, you're not close enough. So Arcana check maybe. Try and sense out if it's magical.
20, unnatural.
Oh, okay. With that, you can get the amulet's in your.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see what you can glean from it. So many character sheets. Who dis? So you see like this reddish hued kind of almost heart-shaped item connected to like a chain of sorts that comes down a little bit and dangles the heart from almost like a bone attachment to it as well. But this peridot amulet shaped item gives off like a hued glow, like a reddish tint to it as you look at it. And from the types of arcanas that you've sensed, this does seem to give off kind of like a healing, almost evocation type energy to it. But other than that, you haven't like seen anything like it before specifically.
And when as he blinks, you don't see it like a normal blink. It's the side swipe.
Ew.
Adara kind of like eye the necklace for a moment before kind of returning her gaze to yours. And who are you?
Well, I could ask you the same thing.
Adalre.
Grass.
Grass.
Grass, yes.
Right. And how did you get into the Feywilds?
Well, how do I put this? I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Dexterity saves. Both of you.
Oh gosh.
26.
Okay.
21.
Okay. In that moment of I don't know, meet cute. You hear a crackling in the forest brush, and this perception checks, because I think
I think my passive is a lot higher than my
I mean, my
What's your
passive is
passive?
17.
Okay.
19.
You see like a hint of like gold kind of like fly up in the air past the shade of the trees, but these two large trees kind of like fall down towards the two of you, but you're able to move out of the way, preventing its impending bludgeoning damage towards the both of you. And in the severed area, off in the distance, Adalre, you see this humanoid creature kind of like smirking in your direction, and with a wisp she kind of vanishes in a pool of like blackness. And where the trees were severed, there is this like kind of corrosive black that cut into each of the trees. And up in the air there's like a flittering sound, and you see just out of the corner of your eyes, the both of you, you see kind of like a canary that flutters off into the air.
Adalre is just gonna turn to Grass. Look, I mean you no harm. Go about your business, but I have things to settle. And she's gonna turn and go towards where she saw that figure.
Okay.
So I see the canary, correct?
Yeah, it's maybe like 200 feet. It's getting smaller and smaller in the air.
I take a shot at it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Why would you do that?
23 to hit.
Okay. Your arrow loosens, and you can hear it kind of off from behind you, Adalre. And you watch as it gets close to this canary. The arrow kind of like hits this unseen force, and the entire thing just kind of like breaks apart and dissipates, and the crumblings of it fall to the earth, and the canary flies out of range.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put the bow back in the quiver. Well, that's unsettling. Yeah, I'm gonna go check out what's over there.
As the two of you get closer, Adalre, you first you hear a familiar kind of like giggling sound. Welcome back.
Oh, I hope you didn't miss me too much.
Miss you? It's been too long.
Do I hear this?
Yep, you hear in directional voices, kind of like it's coming from everywhere, but it does seem to be talking to the woman in front of you.
Okay, would I have heard this exploring the Feywilds?
Not since you've been here.
Okay, well that's also unsettling and the first. What are you talking to?
Adalre kind of like looks to you. No offense, but I don't trust you quite yet.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair.
But yeah, Adalre's gonna completely ignore the voice, and she's gonna kind of like start investigating like where the trees were cut, the area that she was standing in.
Make a nature check.
Unnatural 20. I'm rolling well today.
Nice. As you look at this kind of like black vicar, it does seem very familiar to some of the darkness that you've encountered before, except this one's a lot more corrosive, It's almost as if where it cut into the wood, it's like burning, and like acid eating away at the tree rather than just this dark energy, essentially.
And can I sense like the figures, maybe like Arcana energy, maybe like see if I can be able to track
Okay.
them?
Do a insight check.
12.
They're still pretty elusive. They kind of do well to kind of make it seem like they're there and not there at the same time, but you can't really pinpoint if they are close or if they were ever close, mostly because of that masking like doomish presence in the immediate area.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Beaky, it's like, Beaky, go see what this is all about, please. And I will send him over there to like start sniffing around, you know, like to see if it's whatever that figure, if it's here, if it's not here, if it was just an illusion.
Okay.
Because this is the Feywild.
Okay. Roll a survival check.
Let's say that's cocked.
Cat.
That is 6 plus. You said survival?
Yes.
15.
Okay. As Beaky's like investigating the area and you're kind of like looking around as well, the both of you kind of like hear something with your passive, but with the survival check, you kind of see it first, Grass, and off in the distance, there's about 3 separate kind of drop down, black in color, tornado-like wind forces that are just ripping apart the Feywilds bit by bit, and those 3 sources kind of like draw in closer, and you can feel its presence, like wind rapidly increasing as it draws closer.
That's all right. I know you don't trust me very much. We just met. That's fine. But there's 3 wind, dark wind coming towards us. Look, I show her.
She turns to look.
You see it, Adalre, and that presence you felt when you first arrived is like magnifying the closer these things are getting towards the 2 of you, 3 of you.
Great. Adalre is gonna look over to Graz. All right, well, fair. Not good. We should probably go.
Okay, I will start. Where should we go? Should we just run?
Run that way. She's gonna pull out her short bow, pull out and fire at the wind and see if it does anything.
Okay. Roll to hit.
How far is it from us, by the way?
150, 140,
14.
130. It's closing in. Okay. As soon as it gets close, it's almost as if you watch it, Adalre, you watch the arrow loosen from the bow. It gets close, and what you would think it would project it outwards as it gets closer to this wind, or even like suck it in. It kind of like almost stops dead in its tracks, and this corrupting wind kind of like rips at it and dissipates the arrow in its place.
Yeah, oh right. She
Completely
puts
defying.
she
Come
puts
on,
back
let's
her
go.
bow and runs. Follow me.
As you all are exiting from that mess, Fang, you are running atop rooftops in Vagrant City. It's been roughly a month since you left Tahale with Falamir and Acris and the wisps of hope talking in your ear. A lot's changed, but you're running atop of these rooftops with another cloaked individual running closely behind you, and you have an injury at your side, but that's on the back burner of your mind right now as you're clutching a wrapped item in your possession, trying frantically to get away from these darkling like creatures that are just on the roofs, just jumping from one area to another. Can I have you make a acrobatics check?
Of course you can. Now the person running with me before I roll this is with me.
Yes, it's not Falamir and it's not Acris, but it is someone you know.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You leap over, make it to the next roof. Your lizard folk feet kind of like crawl and grip into the placings of the roof to catch purchase. The other creature person is also right there at your feet. You look back and they're not there. You don't see any of the darklings anymore.
Well, I think we lost them.
Fang,
I'm getting too old for
injured.
this. Just a flesh wound. That's bleeding a lot.
Here, I shall help. And you watch as this halfling like pulls back the cloak on his attire and quickly rummages and grabs some cloth and kind of like sets it into the wound.
Yeah, Fang's gonna take a knee so that way they can reach it easier.
Okay. And you quickly watch as Pixel's like wrapping these bandages around your side. And in your mind, I sense them. They are close. We must go.
Oh God, 5 more minutes. All right, fine. We'll run. All right, Pixel, come on. Kind of getting up and then like kind of securing it a little bit tighter around and like really like taking the gauze or like cloth or whatever it was and like really digging it into the wound to like hopefully hope that it doesn't like fall off as he's running. And then he kind of like tucks it, like throws his kind of puts the cloak back down or his jacket that he's taken to wearing to kind of help blend in with the city. Oh, we gotta move. They're coming back.
Okay. This next jump is pretty far. Typically a little bit out of your normal range, and with your injury, you're just like, okay, send it. So
This is gonna hurt.
Have you roll acrobatics at disadvantage?
Oh fuck! 19.
17. Okay. Just barely, like, your hand grabs into the side of this building.
Should not have grabbed with that arm.
Make a quick dexterity save, as Pixel is just short of not having lizard-like claws.
No. You get. Oh shit. 12.
Nice.
It's like I just grab him with the tail. Like nope.
So first your hand misses, and then your tail like whips out, and he can grab onto it. And you two are there.
You could kindly fucking just like one time. Just God, why can't you just be taller? Oh God, this hurts. Okay, count of 3.
Are not normally tall, Fang.
Yeah, count of 3. 1, and he kind of starts like rocking the tail.
Okay.
2, 3. Yeah, and I like just like swing the hip up to like get him up there.
Okay, and with a 24 athletics, he lands up, gets up there.
Oh, thank the gods. I grab on with the other hand because like I swing and kind of like hook with the other hand, and then I go to pull myself up.
Okay. As you do, you are able to get on that side of the roof, and you see behind Pixel roughly 5 or 6 different like darklings kind of crawling up the sides as well.
Right. Hey, remember that thing that I said I can kind of do every now and again? And he starts like kind of pulling these little bits and pieces out of his jacket, and like it almost looks like a tripod. And he puts it down in front of him. Yep. Hey, you know that jump we just barely made?
Yes, the one we just made.
Yeah, you're gonna have to jump that again.
You want
And
me
then he
to
pulls
jump
out
back?
this long tube. Yep, because what's behind you is not gonna be good. And he's like quickly like spinning. He like takes it and he sets this long tube on it and spins it, and it goes and then locks in. You might want to do that like now before they try to grab you again. Ugh, fuck.
Yes, I will do just that. And he like runs up a little and then darts back over with a 27. He's
I would love to stay and have a chat with all of you lovely fucks, but well, I can think of a billion other things I'd rather do. So would you kindly fuck off? And as he jumps back across, he's gonna smack the back of the Eldritch Cannon that he had just put up, the Eldritch Cannon flamethrower.
okay.
And he is going to, as a bonus action, 15-foot cone of fire just erupts out from the front of it at these darklings, just trying to buy himself some time.
Okay.
Just
And
as he
damage for that?
it is 2d8 fire damage. They have to make a dexterity saving throw of 17, otherwise they take half.
Okay. Oh, that's a fail.
Okay. So yeah, he hits that, and then I'll roll damage for that. So the Darklings take 4 points of fire damage.
So as you're
I
like
love that double deuce.
making it back, you see some of them like catching fire on them and like quickly trying to like dissipate it out. As you make it back over to the other side, could you roll acrobatics just to see?
31.
Nice. Yeah, you make it back as well.
Although it's cool, guy like hit it and then like fucking fuck you.
Just clawed fingers. Make a perception check.
Perception check. Oof, not my strong suit, surprisingly. Oof, 6.
That's not a hard DC. You
Lands like
as soon as you land, Pixel like taps you. Something is not right, Fang. And you watch as your eyes kind of like squint out the pain. Sections, large chunks of Vagrant City are vanishing before your eyes. You see as like a bird is flying through a certain part, and as that chunk vanishes, so does like everything in it.
oh, what? No, not again.
Make a Arcana check.
Oh, you fucking 9.
Okay. I don't think I'm
Oh.
counting those.
Oh,
14.
what's not again? Wait, is this something that I've seen happen before, or is this the first time?
Probably the first time.
Okay. Oh, for fuck's not another god. I swear I'm tired of fighting celestials.
Fang,
Yeah, Pixel.
the item that you hold close to you, it is doing
Mhm.
something.
I look down and like this thing that is wrapped up in like layers of cloth for like padding in case it bumps up against shit is glowing brightly through it.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
and as it gets brighter and brighter, everything kind of turns white around you.
He's just shaking his head like I fucking.
And as soon as it dissipates, I need everyone to make a dexterity save.
Everyone?
Yes.
Can I have advantage with Big Heat or no?
27.
Sure.
19.
That is a 28.
Okay. And then dexterity save for 14. So, in that moment, Adalre and Grass, this bright light like shoots out, and when it dissipates, you kind of like come to a halt just short of almost running into Fang and Pixel.
Fang hits the ground and then like is still clutching the item with like one arm, and then draws his hand crossbow with the other, and is like still kind of squinting, like looking around, feeling grass, I imagine, under him now, which was not what he should feel under him. He's like, I should be feeling roof tiles, not grass. So he's immediately like, got it.
Definitely
He's
should be feeling
squinting.
grass.
Oh God.
Fang?
A tolerate? Like
She
lifts
looks
it
at
up.
the She looks at the crossbow. Yes, it's nice to see you too.
Oh shit. He like hits, like he does a little flick of his wrist. The crossbow like contracts and then goes back into his sleeve. Sorry about that. Kind of.
Y'all, you know each other.
Oh, who's your?
Yes.
Oh, for fuck. Oh God, who is that?
Grass.
He's like, as soon as he saw you, he like laid back and relaxed a little bit. He's like, as soon as he said that, his like one eye popped open. What?
Yes,
His
we
name
are
is
on
Grass.
grass.
No, his name
Right.
is Grass.
Hi, I'm Grass. Yeah. What the fuck was that?
What the fuck are you?
Well, I explained to him what I told her.
And
Right.
as this is
As
happening,
much as I would
there are
love
3
to have
large
introductions,
tornadoes
we need
approaching
to run because there are tornadoes
within
chasing
50
us.
feet, 40
Oh,
feet.
shit. Move,
Okay.
move!
30
Like getting
feet.
back on his feet.
I'm up. I grab Pixel by like the belt loops and like kind of grab him to get on his
Okay.
feet.
All right.
I'm not bringing you back again. And then like kind of tosses it ahead of him and then starts running, like still kind of
Biggie,
clutching
go
his
pick
side.
him up. Just stay with me.
And
Fuck.
as you all are running from this chaotic mess behind you, that's where we're going to end it.
Oh, by the way, he is gonna still shoot at it behind him because he doesn't know. The fuck?
And Dollar's like, not it.
It just
He's gonna keep firing because his crossbow just keeps reloading on its own.
Ooh, make perception checks. One last thing.
Oh, no.
Oh fuck that! What the fuck is that?
Oh, 10.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
25.
Grass, you notice out the corner of your eye, dark projectiles shooting out from the tornado. And they
Bro.
kind of look like arrows and little crossbow bolts, but they're covered in darkness. And you can see that like hiss of corruption attached to them as well. And that's where we're ended. Okay, tune in next time. We'll see you all
Dodge!
later. It's literally next Thursday. Come back for the chaos, because it's going to be
Bro.
crazy.
Bro.
I was gonna say, I imagine next time there'll be less gods and more. Oh god!
Oh, God, why?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
What the fuck?